Hey, what's up, Jesse? This is a quick demo video for you for your Warsabers Katarn. This is installed with the Proffie, but before we open it up, you would ask me for some light weathering, so I just kind of wanted to show that off. Hopefully it's picking up on camera. We got in there, nothing too dirty, just kind of a used look. All right, all the way down here. I did not mess with these grips too much. You had actually mentioned that you liked the look and was hoping to make them rubberized maybe in the future, so I didn't mess with those at all. But coming down here, you know, everything that's aluminum, of course, got the weather treatment. All right, this is a beautiful hilt from Warsabers. It's very well manufactured. The one thing about this saber is there is zero room in the handle. So the chassis, not much on frills and thrills. It holds a board and it holds a battery and you have a speaker. All right, it is a 2-button setup. So your top red switch is going to be your power. Your bottom here will be your auxiliary. You've got a Carl Chen V4 Neopixel connector in there. So we'll light that up here in a second. And then how to get to your chassis, what you want to do is unscrew it, but when you unscrew it, it comes in 2 different places. You could either unscrew the bottom piece or you could unscrew the coupler right here. I would suggest unscrewing the coupler. All right, I didn't glue anything in, so you could just take the bottom if you want to and leave the coupler, but I will show you why we take the middle piece off here in a second. All right, we take that off so that we can get board access. So for now, this has only one sound font on it, which is mine. I can give you a copy of that config. I can send it to you in Messenger. And then you have access to your SD card and your micro USB. You will need a 90-degree data cable. So they look like this. And with that cable, you have enough room to get in here and snap to the board. Hard to show that on camera, but hopefully you see that. There's enough room in there because that's how I programmed it. Now, because the handle is so small, I didn't want to give you a small speaker like a 20mm or 22mm or something. So what I did back here is I used a stock pogo pin PCB system for your speaker. And that's just a Smuggler's Outpost logo. So that pogo pin system right there matches up with your pommel area. You never have to take this off, but if you wanted to take it off, this is what this looks like. So a separate speaker pod. Because of the size of the pommel, I was able to fit a 28mm speaker in this guy, and it sounds really good for you. And then we'll just screw this back on. Like I said, though, you never have to take that off. All right. Let's get a battery. We'll throw a battery in this guy. Please remember, spring side here for the negative side of your battery. So the spring side over here by the board. All right. Put a battery in. I do take the stickers off my batteries, something I would suggest you do. I'll send a battery with this guy. Now, when you put that in, of course, you're not going to hear a boot up because we don't have the speaker set up. So just take your handle, screw it back on, tighten it down just like that. Now we can come over here and hit power. I mean, you got the nice power of a 28mm speaker in there. The LEDs firing up here. Auxiliary. And then you got twist off. All right, we're going to throw a blade in here. This does take a 1-inch diameter blade, and it's also set up for a full-length blade. I'm just using my demo blade. This is a TriStar demo blade I got from Space Windu. All right, but put your blade in there, lock down your 1 blade retention screw right here. Flip it on. You want to change color, hold down auxiliary and hit power. You hear that noise. And then you can just twist the saber to anything that you like. You know, if we like that color, we'll hit power. Now we've locked in that blue flame blade there. And it will remember that color for that font every time you turn the saber on. Velocity bolt deflex is just tapping auxiliary, right? If you want blade lockup though, you'll need to hold the button down and hit the saber. Don't hit the finger that's holding the button. And it will stay on blade lock up until you let go. Just like that. To play your soundtracks, a long press on the power when the saber's off. Alright, another long press to turn it off. And then it just does have one sound font on it, but if you wanted to go to the next one, if you had multiple, of course, you would just tap auxiliary. And that's how we do that. You got some good flash on flash. And we'll twist it back off and take the blade out. All right, so go ahead and take this out here. I'll put this back in the box. It did not come with a blade plug, but I'll put it back in the same box that it arrived in. So again, we'll go ahead and we'll unscrew the main handle and the middle coupler. It should come off as one piece depending on how hard you screwed it down. If it doesn't, don't worry, just grab the middle coupler and unscrew it. It will come off, all right, because nothing is glued. Now to take this battery out, you will need a tool. I'm just going to use the back of my Allen key. From the positive side over here though, by your pogo pins, just come over here and pop it out. All right, it'll come out just like that. All right, and we will put this handle back on for safekeeping. And one thing I didn't point out, I don't think that you'll ever need to worry about it, but I'm going to show you anyway. For a chassis retention screw, I used this guy right here. All right, there's actually 2 retention screws in there. That's how it came with your kit. So you would back out this first one that you see out of the hole completely, and then it will expose the secondary one that's right underneath it, and that's the one that's holding your chassis in place. All right, so that is basically your Kyle Katarn lightsaber from Warsabers. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. Thanks, man.